Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And if you're an MLB fan, you know the amount of young talent there is in the game. And it's been that way for a while. I remember when I was a really young kid, the super young talent was led by Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, sometimes it's hard to, think of him as someone who aged throughout their career. You think of that guy with the backwards hat, who just clearly had a love for the game. Well, anyhow, Stephen J. Nesbitt of The Athletic recently did his MLB All-Under 25 team. So basically, what he did a lineup of players 24 and under for 2024. They had to be 24 or younger on opening day, which is March 28th, and they must have appeared in an MLB game. He also put them in any position they played in their most recent MLB season, but most of them are listed in positions they played the majority of the year. Outfield might be a little switched up, but let's take a look here. This is his all under 25 team. If we start at the catcher, we got Gabriel Moreno of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Great season last year as he won a gold glove at the catcher position and had an excellent postseason as the Diamondbacks reached the World Series. Infield, we got Tristan Casas at first base. Also 24 years old, 24 homers last year, finished third in AL Rookie of the Year voting. Matt McLain, and he mentioned how this was tough between McLain and Zach Jelliff of the Oakland Athletics, but McLain 290, 864 OPS last season, 16 homers. A guy that should be in the middle of the Reds infield for quite some time. Shortstop, the recently extended Bobby Witt Jr., 23 years old. Royals just gave him 288.7 million guaranteed, easily the largest contract handed out for a Kansas City Royal. 30 homers, 45 steals last season. He should be one of the game's superstars throughout the, next decade. Third base, put Gunnar Henderson. Yes, he did play a little more shortstop than third base, but we got Witt. Henderson was the unanimous AL Rookie of the Year this past season. We got off to a rather slow start, but ended the season strong. Hit 28 homers. Was a number one overall prospect previously. Then we go to the DH. He puts Royce Lewis, 24 years old. Man, I really hope Royce Lewis stays healthy. It's really been injuries that have slowed him down, but when he plays, boy, is he awesome. I took him quite a bit in FanDuel last year towards the end of the year. Never got too expensive and always panned out. If we go to the outfield, left field, he's got Evan Carter. Carter was called up by the Rangers late in the season. Was awesome. 1,058 OPS, 23 regular season games, then a 917 OPS throughout the playoffs as the Rangers, of course, went on to win the World Series. Center field, Julio Rodriguez, fourth in AL MVP voting this past season. He's 23 years old. 2022 AL Rookie of the Year. Much like Henderson, got off to a slow start, probably even slower, but boy, was he awesome the last couple months of the season. And in right field, the NL Rookie of the Year, Corbin Carroll, 285 average, 25 homers, 54 steals last season. Diamondbacks reached the World Series. The outfield's so good that he actually listed Michael Harris the second as the backup outfielder, the fourth outfielder, and Michael Harris is one of the game's better young players. So amazing that he didn't make it. And his starting pitcher would be Yuri Perez of the Marlins, just 20 now. Perez may be on an innings limit as he was last season, but boy, was he awesome last year. And hopefully he gets a few more innings for the Marlins next season so he could continue his ascension at the ripe young age of 20. So that was Stephen J. Nesbitt's all under 25 MLB team. A lot of guys. I'll go over some of the honorable mentions. Well, he actually listed the starting rotation. He said Yuri Perez would be his game one starter. But Brian Bale of the Red Sox, Bobby Miller Dodgers, Grayson Rodriguez Orioles, Gavin Williams Guardians would be his outfield. Some honorable mentions. I mentioned Jelliff of the Athletics, C.J. Abrams, Spencer Torkelson, Ellie De La Cruz, Anthony Volpe, Vaughn Grissom. Those are some infield honorable mentions. Some outfield honorable mentions. Riley Green, who he mentions he would have put in left field previous to Green not having to undergo Tommy John surgery, and then Evan Carter getting called up. But Jared Kelenic, Johan Rojas, Jordan Walker, Parker Meadows, Alec Thomas, some starting pitcher honorable mentions. Did he mention? Yeah, Hunter Green. That's definitely a guy who maybe could have been on. Reed Detmers, Taj Bradley, Reese Olson, who looked very good. His brief time with the Tigers. Andrew Abbott, who got off to a great start. But there you have it. Those are just some of the young talent in MLB. It's definitely brimming with young talent. Which of these guys do you think maybe could be the face of the league over the next, I don't know, decade plus? Of course, Julio Rodriguez. Ray looks like one of the game's better players at the age of 23. Corbin Carroll's awesome, though, as well. Yuri Perez looks like he could be a future ace for many years, and he's still just 20 years old. And I already mentioned how awesome I think Bobby Witt Jr. is. But anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm